Hi, it's your PsychoBuddy. Having a severe mental illness and being in 12-step recovery is actually very compatible. The has been for me. The 12 steps are a really effective way of dealing with trauma, actually, which surprised me. If you've never looked into the 12 steps, they begin with an admission that we are powerless over our addiction and our lives have become unmanageable. And that step alone was really difficult for me because it sounded to me like it was abdicating responsibility. Like I was saying, it's not my fault, I'm just sick. And it didn't jive with what the rest of the steps do because you move on from there, and all of the other steps are about take responsibility for your life and change it, and be accountable to the people around you to change it, and keep holding yourself to higher standards and change it. So clearly, it's not, I can't do anything about it, I'm just sick. It's not that. They ask you to think really thoroughly about how addiction plays out in other areas of your life, as well as with whatever substance you're using. And, well, the program I'm in did. And I was thinking about it, and I realized when I was 12, I sucked my thumb, and I couldn't stop. Like, from when I was an infant, obviously, all the way until I was 12. And my brothers made fun of me, and I tried as hard as I fucking could, and I could not stop. That's compulsive self-comforting, and that's addiction. Is that 12-year-old culpable because she sucks her thumb compulsively? No. No, it wouldn't make any sense to be angry at a 12-year-old whose life and biology have combined to give her a reason for compulsive self-comforting, to have gotten into a habit of compulsive self-comforting. And for me, that's it. That's addiction right there, compulsive self-comforting. And the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection. We say that anyone can lose the drive to use and discover a new way of life. And really, the stopping using part is the beginning. It's like wiping off the dinner table before you set it. It's just getting the foundation. And then all of the other coping mechanisms that come into play are the new way of life. And the biggest one for me, connection, has been texting. When I got clean, man, it was hard because getting clean meant giving up the thing that made my world feel safe. I thought that I would kill myself if I didn't use all day. I mean, I thought that life would hurt, would sting too much. And so I would use all day, and then at the end of the day, my data would be, oh, I used all day. I didn't kill myself. I guess I'll use all day again tomorrow. And I pride myself on being evidence-based. The only problem is I was unwilling to experiment. I was unwilling to stop to see, to test my hypothesis that the world was unlivable. And when I finally was able to stop, I loved parenting. I loved working. I loved having friends and moving my body. And the world, I don't need to be high in order to get through the day, which amazed me. For me, coming back to the combination of having a severe mental illness in the 12 step program, for me, being in the 12 steps is a practice, working the steps themselves, and then service and being in service positions and or just texting newcomers is my favorite brand of service. And then prayer and meditation and reading literature, doing these things that's called my program, they help me not be suicidal just for today. They help they it's a skill set, but it's a practice. And when I stop if I don't go to meetings and I don't engage with people that whose recovery is really awesome, and I just have to stay really engaged in order to stay healthy. And my family is so happy. My husband, in particular, is very grateful that I've chosen this and that I have the program that I have. One final thing is that your recovery is your own, and your medications are, for me, my medications are not under discussion. Like medications and drugs, medications exist to bring me back to myself, drugs exist to sever me from myself or to numb me out from reality. Whereas medications, I use psychotropic medications to to be more here, to be more present, instead of to have abstract spiritual experiences. I can get those on my own.